Senna, Piquet, Fittipaldi. Brazil is a breeding ground for F1 legends, and our latest guest is vying to join them. He's won junior titles around the world, dominated his debut F2 sprint race, and this season he's one of the favourites for the title. Today we're in the Grandstand with Felipe Drugovich.
Well, today we are in the Grandstand with a Formula 2 race winner. We are here with Felipe Drugovich. How are you doing today, Felipe?
I'm good, thank you. It's a pleasure to be talking to you guys here. Hope we get a good chat with you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And of course, we're speaking at the moment in the middle of March. You've just done F2 testing. You've got the season coming up. So pretty excited for the season ahead.
I'm really excited. So new team, English team this time around. I think they done a really good job last year. So that's why we chose them, and I'm really happy for the opportunity they gave me. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. As everyone will say, we never know because testing's testing. We never know what the others are doing. But
Yeah, well, it's a talented team and a talented driver, but we want to go way back before we go into that, and we do want to talk about it all. But I guess the question which you're probably sick of answering now is, how did you first get into motorsport? How did the karting come around?
Of course, it came from my family. When I was very little, my two uncles, they used to race and they really liked the sport. They just told me, always showed me the sport, and for sure from that I got a passion as well. But when I was 8 years old, he asked me if I wanted to try a go-kart, and I tried it. I said yes, and yeah, from there on they just really helped me to get through my career.
You came over to Europe and went to Italy, where I understand you've lived ever since. How was that? You were a young teenager.
When you're younger, like, not saying I'm old now, but when I was actually younger, I think you just get one thing in your mind, and it doesn't matter what you have to get through to get it. And yeah, I was karting with the Cosmic Racing team, which is based here close to where I live now. And they asked me to move over to be easier for testing, to train more. Of course, I said yes, yeah, whatever. It was quite smooth, to be fair. It was not a big deal for me. I really enjoyed this change, and for sure was the best for me.
In EuroFormula, you were just completely dominant in those early years. What was it about? I don't know, was it the car? Was it the team? Was it just you, the team, the car that gelled? Because you won almost every single race that season.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. I really liked the car, not the performance of the car, but also the way it drives. Every time I got in the track, I had an amazing car, and I could just push and push and push and improve my driving, and that's what I did.
Hey guys, Jim here. Hope you're enjoying our chat with Felipe. I just wanted to let you know about the beta season of our new game, Fantasy Formula Driver Academy. You get to choose drivers across not just F1, but F2, F3 and W Series in a fantasy league like no other. The best thing is you can join at any time in the season and you'll still have a chance to top the league. Head over to gpgrandstand.com/fantasy to sign up. Anyway, let's get back to our chat with Felipe.
After your previous success in the feeder Series 2 Formula 3, how difficult was that first season? Was it something with your driving and inexperience with the car, or was it just the team weren't as competitive as they expected to be?
Yeah, I think the team wasn't really competitive, and that also doesn't help the drivers. So we actually didn't really know what to do, because anything we tried wasn't really good. So we didn't have like any evolution during the season, so it was quite tough to turn the paper and just try again and try again and try again. But it also makes you lose a lot of confidence, and I don't blame the team because they were trying, but when something just doesn't click, it's quite difficult to get any result.
Just the one season, was that always by design, or was that a choice of yours?
Luckily, most of the teams in the paddock, they don't just judge you from the last year you had, they judge you from your whole career. So they knew what I was capable of, and we asked to to test with MP at the postseason testing of 2019. And the testing went pretty well. I was quite fast, and the team wanted to sign.
I want to ask you about that because obviously you going from that F3 season with Carlin to F2. How do you get yourself on the market for an F2 seat in that position? And so was it literally just approaching the teams yourself? Hopefully it wasn't just down to who had the biggest wallet.
No, I think it wasn't like F3 2019 was kind of, as you said, like everyone was just trying to get into the championship. It was maybe like 40 drivers trying to get into the championship. But F2 last year was we came to the team and they were quite open with us, and it wasn't just paying more. They actually helped me with the price a little bit, and also because of the testing. Also, I think they saw I could do something with the car, and I could help the team to develop.
Yeah.
And I think everything went pretty smooth.
The F2 season finally gets underway. Then you put the car on the front row. You win the race 2, the sprint race. You must have been thinking, well, it's been easy, isn't it?
No, I think it was quite a tough year to learn everything, because everything is quite different coming from F3. Tire management has to be much more accurate, and also pit stops, longer races, and the car is also quite a bit not more complicated to drive, but you have to learn everything again. And also 18 inches, which is quite different a little bit from the past ones. So yeah.
And I heard you mention that there wasn't a massive leap in lap time from the F3 to the F2 car. So I was just wondering if you could sort of say, what are the differences in driving the two cars?
I think the F2 now is really, really heavy, and that's what is paying a little bit of lap time compared to other categories. Because the F3 is already a lot heavier than the old F3, but still a lot lighter than F2. I think the two main differences are braking. We have carbon brakes on F2, and that's quite a big difference. And also you use that as a tool to cool the tires or heat up the tires. The 18 inches makes the F2 car a little bit more snappy, and it's a little bit different, the feel you have. But yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about the 18 inches actually, because I know a lot of the teams really struggled with the setup of the car when they changed to the rim. And you say you found the car like a lot more skittish to drive with those rims?
Yeah, I think it's quite physical, because the sidewall of the tire is a lot smaller and harder, so the car makes the car a little bit snappier. But also because of the rim is so much bigger and so much there's so much more mass on it. I think it's 5 kilos per wheel. It makes it difficult for braking because of the inertia of the wheels and stuff like that.
MP Motorsport then, last year they saw a massive step forward in performance compared to where they were previous 2 seasons. Was there an engineering change as well in the team that helped drive that performance step? Yeah.
So they completely changed the technical part of the team. So there are people coming from, my engineer which was like the chief engineer for the team. He came from F3 from other team. Also, the other engineer that was from Nobu, he came from another team from F2, and so the technical part changed completely. Yeah, and they were like organizing the team in a different way. So I think that's one of the reasons. Also, we were just growing throughout the season, and we ended up at Bahrain, with a very good performance. And I think there was a big change there, and for sure helped a lot.
UNI-Virtuosi then this year, long-time front-running squad. What's the goal for the season apart from the obvious winning the championship?
Of course, I don't want to say anything, but I think I need to put that in my head that I can be title contender. Just have to wait and see for the first race. Then I can actually give you a right answer. I just need to, I think, focus on getting used to the team. And also one of the goals would be to get the super license, which is really important. So other than winning the championship, might be getting the super license.
Were you tempted to do F3 Asia as well to try and, gain more super license points?
I didn't do that basically because of money. We cannot waste. I wouldn't say waste, but the car is so much different that the money invested there, I think, wasn't really worth it. So we did. I did a lot of karting, a lot of preparation, simulator, and everything I could do, spending a lot less.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to do that, but at the end, it's not a game changer.
I was wanting to ask you, what you think about the new timetable for the season? With the 2 sprint races on Saturday and the feature on the Sunday, would you prefer the older format?
Yeah, 100%. It's a little bit strange, this one, but at the same time, there's some positive to it. We get our main race, our feature race on the Sunday, which is nice, together with the F1 race. And also one thing is going to change. Maybe it's going to be qualifying is going to be a little bit less important, looks like, at least.
Which tracks are you going to really miss this season?
Mugello was, I think, my favorite from last year. It was really nice to drive that track.
The calendar this year, Felipe, I don't know if you agree or if you're at liberty to agree, but we've seen a lot of people say that Formula 3 had it better than Formula 2. What are your thoughts on that as a calendar?
Yeah, F3 is I wouldn't say it's worse. But I think it is what it is. The tracks are there to race, so we just go there and enjoy it as much as we can. Abu Dhabi I like, Monza I like, Silverstone I like, Bahrain I really like, of course. So quite a lot of positives as well.
Well, you speak about Bahrain, and of course you've just returned from Bahrain from the testing. So how was the test for you?
One of the main differences we had, they changed the hard compound for us, and yes, it's quite different. So we had to readapt the car setup and also our driving to that. Other than that, performance was okay. Of course, we're not. Our aim was just to long runs and try to get used to the car, and lap times were good. Option tires were okay for the circumstances, because it was the first time I ran those tires with the Virtuosi car, and I can say it's quite different from what I was used to.
Those tires, feeling different on the car, from a layman's point of view, it's the same car, but of course Virtuosi are set up differently. So how do you, I guess, quantify that difference between the MP and the Virtuosi for this season?
It's really different. Of course, the only track I could compare it on is Bahrain, and Bahrain was a track that the MP was really good. So I can't really see a difference in performance, actually. But in driving style and what you feel from the car, the feedback the car gives you, it's really difficult. I actually said, like, it's like driving another category. So it's for the people that say the cars are all the same. No, they're not. They change a lot.
Have you noticed a big fanatical Brazilian fan base growing ever since your emergence in Formula 2?
Yeah, I really noticed that. I think it's pretty clear to see social media just grew a lot. Yeah, for sure you can feel the support from them. They are really passionate about it, and you can really see like they want someone in F1 now. And I think that helps me a lot, giving me courage and seeing that they think I have the potential to be there.
Yeah, they're like a Brazilian version of the Tifosi in a way, the way that you're so fanatical. Do you think there's not enough of people in Italy that know that you have an Italian passport?
At the moment, I think not many people know that I live here, that I have Italian passport, and I have Italian citizenship. But I'd like to have some support from you as well. It's quite nice. I like the people.
I guess a question to wrap things up and potentially get yourself some of those Italian fans. What is the best Italian meal?
That for sure is the hardest question from the interview. I don't know. I could choose at least 5, but I'll probably go with pizza.
Yeah, very safe choice. What's the toppings on that pizza?
For sure, not pineapple. Otherwise, Italians go crazy if you put pineapple on pizza. But I would say I think classic margherita, like Italian pizza, is the way to go normally.
Very, very safe answer there. So, Felipe Drugovich, we wish you all the best for the upcoming season. We really think you'll be in a championship fight, and wins are almost a certainty. And thank you very much for joining us in the Grandstand.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, and hope you can talk again soon. Thank you.